Hey guys, quick disclaimer before you watch the video. So this video is mainly targeting people that are medium to lower level of play. This doesn't mean this won't help people at higher levels of play, but I want to make sure that I can make a video that can help individuals that are struggling with certain turns or certain corners, things of that nature. For example, the Rainbow Garden end section where you can cut the off-road. It's a very tight turn. It's very hard to take consistently unless you know what you're doing. You have Roulette Road. You have, with the end loops, you have Ocean View with the starting loop. You have 3 sections, I think, on Dragon Road. There's a lot of really tough turns, especially for people that are trying to get better at the game. And so this video is meant to help talk about some tech such as acceleration tapping, brake tapping, letting go of acceleration for a short period of time, and potentially even the use of drift tapping. If you know how to take these turns or know how to take super tight turns or harder turns consistently, this video is not for you, but if you would like to watch it anyways, I thank you so much for the support. It is absolutely appreciated. And if you have any questions, concerns about the video, or you think what I'm saying is just malarkey, please comment down below. I do not mind taking the criticism. Honestly, I'm still learning the game myself. I would like to improve, so if you guys have any criticism that will help me, please go right ahead and say it down below. It will help me so much more than you think, and I appreciate it so much. Anyways, on to the video. For those of you who skipped the disclaimer, I'm gonna just summarize what was said in it. Basically, the techniques we'll be going over in this video will not be snap drifting. It will be techniques I've stated in my tier list videos, which have been acceleration tapping, brake tapping. I've said drift tapping once in the acceleration video, and letting go of acceleration fully. These techniques are vital to taking certain turns. They are not mandatory, but they are vital to take them, especially if you don't know how to take them perfectly. Like, there are some turns I still struggle on, and there are some lines that I cannot snap drift, so I use these techniques to help salvage those lines. If you watch some of the better players, you have Sneaky, who plays Tails a lot. Really good player, knows how to snap drift really well. I think if I remember correctly, Exponzo, Harrison, Shy Guy. Players like them are extremely good. They are very consistent with snap drifting. They know when to take their snap drifts, and there's a lot of other really good players. So if I didn't mention them, please don't come at me. I don't know all the great players off the top of my head. But basically, these techniques will help a lot of players that are in the low to medium range, or even some players in the higher levels that might need to improve upon their lines because they don't know how to take them perfectly at full speed. Maybe you need to just lose a tiny bit of speed to take the lines way better. So let's get started. Right now I am using a power vehicle set. This is going to be my main set for the most part that I'll be showcasing here, so that way you understand, like, I'm running 30 handling. So with 30 handling, your turns are pretty tough, genuinely. But let's show off some of these turns. So we're first going to go to cyberspace, and I will cut to the part where cyberspace has one particular turn that is very tough for a lot of people, where you usually slam into the wall. So I'll be cutting to that here shortly. You at least don't have to watch me drive the whole course. I will catch you guys here in a second. Alright guys, so the turn I'm talking about is right up here. So basically what I like to do is I like to do a brake tap, let go of acceleration, and then boom, the turn is very consistent, very easy. Now, you can take that turn going full speed. I will try to showcase that, but basically letting go of acceleration and brake tapping once, or even just letting go of acceleration only, allows you to take that turn very consistently. It helps me so much, and I just can't state this enough, how important it is to, like, take certain turns with brake tapping in mind, or letting go of acceleration in mind, things of that nature. But yeah, I'm gonna cut back to it, and I'll show you the next part here in a second. So here's gonna be just letting go of acceleration. What happens if I try to take this? So letting go of acceleration, I don't even need a brake tap, and I can immediately take that line. I know I hit the corner there, but as you see, you don't even need a brake tap. You can just let go of acceleration. I'm going to cut ahead to when I'm going to take that at full speed. All right, guys. So now that we're back, I'm going to take this at full speed. So as you see, even with the techniques, you can still take these angles at full speed. Now, granted, I didn't min-max everything. I didn't have a level 3 boost. I didn't have, like, any rings. But knowing when you need to slow down and where your angles are, you can still take these turns without having to use these techniques. If you need to course correct, let's say you're getting desync shoved a lot, or you're trying to dodge certain items, most of these other players might just slam into the wall. But if you know when to start your drifts, and you know when to start certain turns, these techniques don't really become super important. But it does come down to just a lot of situational awareness. Sometimes it is very important to use it. For instance, Rainbow Garden, this is another particular track that at the end section, which I will cut to here soon, the end section is very tough to take at full speed because you usually slam it to the wall. But when I get to the end section, I'm going to show you how I usually take it, and then I'll cut away until I can see if I can get a consistent line for taking it full speed. Alright guys, so this is how I usually take the cut. So I pop Wisp, let go of acceleration, and if I bump, I bump, but as you see, I take that line extremely consistently. It's very hard to mess up that line. Now, usually if you have a level 3 charging as well, you can let go of acceleration, because usually you start spinning out when you get a level 3 charged, because it's something to do with the slip mechanic, or how you slip when you have a level 3 charged up, things of that nature. But yeah, so I'm going to cut the try to see if I can find a full speed angle for the end cut. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back again. I'm going to see if I can take this at full speed. So as you see, like, I messed up that line, but you can take it at full speed if you know what you're doing. Again, I'm going to try one more time. I will be right back. I'm going to see if I can get this at a much better angle. Alright guys, so we're going to try to take this at full speed once again. Start my drift really early. And see, even if you can still take this with pretty good. I know this is a 30 handling car, so it's a lot worse than it should be. But as you see, like, letting go of acceleration and brake tapping, things of that nature, should only be used in situations that you really need to use it. Or if you're not proficient with the lines, you really should use this in situations where you don't understand, like, how to take the angles properly. Since I'm still learning the game, I still consistently use it. It helps me a lot, because sometimes people will take those lines very awkwardly. And letting go of acceleration, brake tapping, stuff like that allows you to take these super tight lines very consistently. So we're here on Ocean View, and I'm going to show off the difference between consistency and snap drifting. So the big thing is if you want to acceleration tap, or you want to let go of acceleration, or you want to brake tap, like right there, if I would have just held that drift instead of trying to snap drift right, I can make it more consistent. But if you're a better player, that doesn't matter, because like right here, I can boom, snap drift, and now that line's perfect, and I get 2 level 3s instead of just the 1 of just holding. But like right here, maybe I'm going to miss this line. I don't, right? Because I understand the lines. But that's the thing. It's about like understanding what you can and can't do, what you can and can't get away with, things of that nature. And I'm more consistent with just getting off level 2, or getting off a level 3, and then just holding a solid line while letting go of acceleration. But knowing the lines is what will make the difference. Like sometimes you can, if you're not hitting the wall right there, you can take a super inside line by letting go of acceleration to slow down just the tiniest bit. But even with this build, I'm a little bit off of my TT time, so don't worry about that. But like if I miss the snap drift again, I'll slam into the wall. Again, it's more of a consistency thing. Like even this, like I can take this, I can acceleration tap a little bit, and I can still get through this line just fine. It's not like, it's nothing about can you snap drift? Because like I can snap drift this. Okay, well I missed, but you can snap drift right there, and you can hit that line and get out of that super quick compared to someone else and get a level 3 off sooner. But if you're not able to do that, these techniques will help you to be more consistent, but you really should learn how to take the optimal lines, regardless of if you do or don't know how to snap drift, because snap drifting only helps you as much as knowing the lines of the game do. And your knowledge of the game matters more than just being able to snap drift consistently. And that's a big factor when it comes to just improving at the game or trying to shore up some lines. Because in some of my time trials, not top times, but I have a lot of mediocre to medium level times in Sonic Speed, where in some of these runs, I'm legitimately letting go of acceleration, or I'm acceleration tapping, or I'm brake tapping, things of that nature. Like on Ocean View. And this is not going to be a video of me showing off anything. I'm not trying to crown my achievements as amazing, but on Ocean View, right? Shy Guy, world record holder. This guy's amazing at the game, and I guarantee you, he snap drifts probably like 10 times in this video. He's super consistent, but I don't do that. I can't snap drift consistently, so my time's going to be much worse than his by quite a lot. And I'm going to be sitting down here, and I'm using like acceleration tapping and letting go of acceleration a little bit to try to take these lines a little bit more consistently. It still is going to give me a semi-decent time because I know the lines and I understand when I can and can't get my level 3s off. So you might be wondering, Distella, you know the lines of the game decently well. You understand when you should be using your level 3s pretty well, and you know the opportunities that arise when you properly take your lines, things of that nature. Then why do you still acceleration tap? Why do you still brake tap? What is the point of this? It's more the point of consistency. Again, these techniques aren't the best techniques to do. Like, if you go to any player that's better than me, they'll tell you that what I'm doing is kind of, I would say, like superficial, which is completely fair. It's a completely fair criticism because I'm not good with snap drifting, and I haven't taken the time to master every single track and every single line. These techniques help me to basically still fight at a consistent level against some of the better players and still take games off of them. This doesn't mean that I'm like oh yeah, the top players suck. No, the top players are literally the top players for a reason. I would argue I'm like medium high at the very best. I don't think I'm a high level player. I think I'm good enough to be able to try to help people understand, hey, if you're struggling on this track because of this one turn, give like acceleration tapping a go, or give like a brake tap or two a go. Things of that nature. Let go of acceleration for like a second. See how easy the line is, and use that as you try to learn the lines better. It's one of those things, it's like you got to understand when it's best to do certain things, and it's very tough to get into the habit of letting go of acceleration while holding a drift and maintaining it, because it's more button inputs rather than just holding down acceleration and starting your drift at a better time. But it does help you to get through certain angles, like on Ocean View, right? I can hold that level 3 all the way through on the Ocean View loop without letting go of it and spinning out, just to be able to take a super tight line and immediately level 3 as soon as that loop is over. So there are some spots where it is very beneficial, like Roulette Road. The end of Roulette Road has a figure 8 that is super hard to take going full speed, but if you let go of acceleration a little bit and tap acceleration, you can drift a level 3 all the way out and get a nice level 3 on the straightaways. Now, granted, once you get really good at snap drifting, or you understand when you should be drifting and taking certain lines, then you should try to get rid of these techniques from your pool, unless you absolutely find these to be super consistent for you, or these techniques are very valuable to you for some reason or another. I still continue to use them in situations where online I'm getting like desync shoved that I need to course correct, because at the end of the day, they are meant to be course correction tools as opposed to the optimal way to take lines. So please keep that in mind. This is a different type of video, I understand that. So this is my first time ever doing like a discussion video. I'm making everything on the fly, so if it sounds a little weird or feels a little forced or rushed, that's probably why. But anyways, guys, other than that, I don't really have much else to talk about tech-wise. It's just these techniques are very nice to have in a lot of situations for trying to be consistent, but causation doesn't mean correlation in a sense. Just because you are the cause of taking tighter lines, that does not correlate to getting faster times. It basically allows you to take more lines consistently, and having a consistently decent time is the best way to put it, because I can get pretty decent times with using these techniques, but against some of these players that are able to just take these lines significantly better than I am, they completely trump anything I can do, and it's very hard for me to compete with them if we're playing at our peaks 1-to-1, because I'm always going to fall behind by margins every single time. Maybe not the highest margins, but I'll definitely fall behind, and if I keep consistently letting go of acceleration, I'm easily going to fall behind a full second or two. When items come into play, like mainly in TT, this is where it's going to matter a lot. And when items come into play, you can get away with acceleration tapping or letting go of acceleration, or even brake tapping, and even like you could full on brake to dodge a tornado. Like you can really put these techniques to good use in online, but if you're trying to do TT, only use these to set your S ranks and maybe get like a decent time. I would say if you really want to set good times, or you want to really improve drastically, you definitely want to just start practicing going and taking each line on every track at full speed if possible. And if you can't, like on Ocean View, then let go of acceleration a little bit just so you can get through it. And then once you get down pat with that, try to learn how to snap drift on those lines, because once you learn how to snap drift, the game opens up like out of control. You basically go from like a little sandbox in a playground to literally the beach with every tool at your disposal, because you're able to snap drift on so many lines that it's not even funny. And if I was really consistent at the game, Donpa Factory is the snap drifting playground. Genuinely, once you learn how to snap drift, this is the track that is gonna show off how good you are at the game. It's even without using snap drifting, you are able to take very consistent lines without having to worry too much, and that's one of the best things about Donpa, and that's what's one of the best things about these techniques is they're not mandatory in any way. If you're trying to set really good TT times, absolutely you have to learn snap drifting against some of these really good players. But if you're trying to take consistent lines, understanding the situations you are in and when it's best to use each technique is what's going to matter the most. And so I do beg one question for you guys: do you find these techniques to be viable in any way at all? Like, do you think that if you were to put these techniques into your own arsenal and utilize these based on the situations you're in, do you think they would benefit you, or do you think they would actually hinder you more? If you're a better player, I expect you to say that these are going to hinder you more, because these have very selective uses where there are sometimes that they can help. If you're a player that isn't as good at the game as like Shy Guy, Harrison, Exponzo, players that are just at the top level, I would expect you guys to say maybe, yeah, I can see some practical use to this. I can see see some helpful use with these techniques. These can help me to at least improve the game a little bit until I master everything. It's kind of like a shortcut in a sense, but it's not a shortcut because you still have to understand the lines and you still have to understand when to pop level 3 boost and when to start your drifts, things of that nature. But anyways, guys, this has been a different video. I know it's a little goofy, it's a little wonky how I structured it, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions or you want me to continue going over tech related stuff or even some gadget related stuff, like maybe like a gadget myth video and just trying to crack the code on some of the gadgets, because I know I think it was Kulik when I was in stream. He was one of the people that asked if I remember it's Kulik, but if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'll get called out on this video. But he asked if ring gain boost changes the amount of speed you get based on things such as if you pick up a 5 ring, a 10 ring, a 20 ring, or if you're in a straight line, or does it all stay the same? I don't know off the top of my head, but that's something I would love to test out, and I'm going to test out. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great night. Hey guys, you might be wondering, where's the worst handling, power, and boost vehicle tier list? Don't worry, those are on the way. I just haven't been able to finish those just yet, or I haven't recorded them just yet with Metal, so I'm very sorry about that, so please be patient on that. These videos are meant to serve as like a mini discussion video to talk about certain things about the game, like tech, maybe gadgets, maybe some other stuff. I've been playing a lot of Legend Comp, and I've been very busy with school and things of that nature, and Legend Comp, I'm trying to get 2k points without using level 4 at all. It's just a personal goal of mine, and I'm very sorry that I've been very busy and neglecting YouTube a little bit, but for the most part, if you want to catch my last stream of Legend Comp, it will be Sunday the 21st, which is tomorrow if you watch this on the day of the recording, or the day of it being posted. It should technically be today the 21st, and I'll be starting at 3 to 4 p.m. EST, somewhere in that range. I don't know just yet when I will. For the most part, I'll be starting it around then. So if you guys tune in, thank you so much. And if you don't like this video, or you don't like how it's structured, things of that nature, please comment down below why you don't like the video, what's wrong with it, and what I can improve upon, and I will try my hardest to improve upon these mini videos. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate it more than you can understand.